The moment you become a parent can be the most moving experience ever, isn't it? But as time goes by, the reality sets in. Many parents report deep frustration when dealing with their children. This feeling of inadequacy or inexperience may lead us to compare parenthood with a profession, as both require intense devotion, except that there is, so far, no system or an organized framework for you to get at least acquainted with the skills you must have to raise a physically, mentally, and emotionally healthy child. Schooling for Parents sets up concepts, principles, and procedures addressing topics you may go over, ideally before becoming a parent, especially those that require self-evaluation and self-knowledge. For nearly 30 years, I have been closely working with parents in their parenting endeavors, teaching them how to teach their children new skills. Through my experience, I found the need to structure and make public what we have been working on and the conclusions we have come up with so that more people can access this valuable information. My name is Maluh De Felice. Welcome to Schooling for Parents. Parenthood is a profession. Indeed, the Latin origin of the word profession denotes the vow you make when entering a specific order. It evidences an occupation you profess or publicly declares to be skilled. A profession requires knowledge, previous and ongoing knowledge. Instead, trial and error are the resources parents often use, as there is no program or system specially designed for those who profess to be parents. A profession also requires effort, not only knowledge. As you acquire the know-how, you must daily put your heart and your soul into parenting. The more effort at the onset of the process, the easier it gets. It relates to the commitment, the daily disposition to plan and practice a positive attitude, including when things don't go as desired or intended. Suppose you can understand that a new day is coming up and you have the same view and support of all adults in the household involved in raising the child. In that case, everyone will continue to work together to become a better person, directly influencing the child's cognitive, psychic, and emotional development, thus improving the environment at home. In this way, the pressure you as a parent experience on your shoulder may be shared or alleviated. Every relationship you are requires that you know yourself so well that you do not betray yourself. Every person carries a psychological and psychic pre-filled bag. Schools and home rarely fulfill their jobs in helping the individual develop self-esteem, an essential knowledge everyone must carry. People move around jobs or careers without purpose. The same happening in romantic relationships, not before causing problems and suffering to many. The self-knowledge is not questioned or searched. A cause may be that self-knowledge requires profound humility and a desire to change. Each parent cares about both good and bad memories from childhood, depending on the environment in which he was, particularly how their parents or caregivers raised him at an early age. If you had a nurturing environment as a child, you would naturally reproduce this environment when having kids. However, it is often to see parents imitating the same vicious atmosphere that they hated as children. As the information learned stays in their unconscious, parents say hurtful things to their children and copy the horrendous attitudes that their parents did. Raising children with the psychological and psychic pre-filled heavy bag commonly encompasses your parents' misconception of themselves and thus of the world surrounding them. Generation after generation, this bag not only is passing on, but it tends to keep growing with more and more things on it. Some of its elements are rarely put away by the younger generations to be replaced by good ones. If it is true that there are good things to carry that you learned with your parents, many must be trashed. Love is the first concept to be defined. It is the one that requires more effort to be internalized and put into practice. Love is an art, as it requires knowledge and effort. Animals tend to parent their offspring with love. The separateness from nature the men have been experiencing in the past generations has caused a tremendous change in his psychology to the point that it becomes necessary to define love clearly. Love is the subject of our next chapter. Stay tuned. If you like the content, please subscribe to my channel. Make sure to hit the bell to be informed of updates. Glad to have you aboard.